Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers document that Deacon Sharp, seen canon, Liv's paternal protection. Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, didn't deserve to be physically attacked in what was an unprovoked incident. Yet in Deacon's mind, he needed to teach Carter a lesson and did. Hope's sudden ex is wearing a bandage that Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, tenderly applied. Kanan has used his real-life martial arts on screen before. This time, his convincing fight in the Forrester Creations design room was the setting for Kanan's alter ego to enforce consequences. Hope Logan, Annika Noel, has always relied on her mother for guidance. While they had a bitter argument recently, Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, embraced her daughter rather than let a rift exist between them. Yet, Hope is still bothered by Brooke's willingness to remain at Forrester Creations. She walked away from Carter when he refused to walk out in solidarity with her, but hadn't left her mother's mansion yet. Deacon's offer to Hope was legitimate. He has a place for her to live if she wants it, and one wonders if Noel's character might also work for her father at Il Giardino. The interplay between Hope and Sheila Carter Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, would be worth the price of daytime admission even before the Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada factor is entered. Hope for the future is part of the past. Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline Messinswood, wanted her pound of flesh and got it. She demanded Hope leave the family business, and her father and grandfather agreed. That led to the break with Carter, with whom she also had a tense argument. People must be loyal to Hope at this point in her life, but she doesn't necessarily need to be faithful to them in all instances or see their viewpoint. Devoted fans recall that Hope used to be far more giving. However, she eventually decided that her sweet demeanor created adverse outcomes, including Liam Spencer's, Scott Clifton, discounting of her love. Liam has suffered head trauma before on more than one occasion. Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creech, John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlan. And those familiar with injuries to that part of the body on the other side of the screen know the human head can be more susceptible when additional incidents happen. Watching Liam crack his head against the corner of Bill Spencer's, Don Diamond, living room table was difficult. He appeared to knock his noggin again when falling outside. Whether Liam's diagnosed brain bleed heals quickly remains to be seen in daytime. But his desire to keep this information secret shouldn't prevent Hope from being informed. When that happens, she will remember her dad's advice about Liam. Scene 1. Il Giardino, Deacon plots a reunion. The late afternoon sun filters through the warm-hued windows of Il Giardino. Deacon Sharp leans on the polished bar, his eyes tracking Hope Logan as she exits the restaurant with her assistant. A melancholy smile flickers across his face, his daughter, radiant as ever, but carrying the invisible burden of heartbreak. Still hurting, he mutters to himself. Deacon has always been a man of action, especially when it comes to his daughter's happiness. Watching her try to piece herself back together after the wreckage of her relationship with Thomas, and the slow unraveling with Liam before that, has been a bitter pill. And while Thomas jetting off to Paris gave Hope clarity, it didn't mend the cracks. She was always better with Liam, Deacon says to no one in particular. Suddenly, an idea sparks. What if he could nudge Liam and Hope back together? What if he could orchestrate a series of subtle, well-placed events that reignite what they once had? Deacon grabs his phone and scrolls to Liam's contact. Time for a little chat, Spencer. Scene 2, Liam's beach house. The wounds still fresh. Liam Spencer sits on the deck of his Malibu beach house, waves crashing in rhythmic defiance of his own inner turmoil. He holds a framed picture of Beth in his lap, and beside her, a photo of Hope smiling at a Forrester event. He hasn't stopped thinking about her. Even though they've technically moved on, his heart hasn't. When his phone rings and Deacon's name flashes across the screen, he almost doesn't answer. But curiosity gets the better of him. Deacon? Hey, Liam. We need to talk. About what? About hope, and you. There's a long pause. Liam finally sighs. I don't know if there's anything left to talk about. There's always something left if the heart's still involved. Meet me at Il Giardino. Tonight. Scene 3. Forrester Creations. Hope's new vision. Hope stands in her office, flipping through sketches with Brooke by her side. There's a new determination in her eyes, one that her mother hasn't seen in a long time. I want to redefine HFTF, Hope says. Not just the fashion, the message. It's not about romance anymore or ideal love stories. It's about strength, independence, rebirth. Brooke nods slowly, impressed. You're amazing, sweetheart. But you're allowed to want love too. Hope gives a soft smile. I'm not saying I don't, but I'm not chasing it anymore. If it comes, it comes. But right now, I'm choosing me. Brooke wraps her arms around her daughter, pride swelling in her chest. But a flicker of concern lingers. She knows Hope still loves Liam. And she also knows that love doesn't just disappear because someone chooses themselves. Scene 4. Il Giardino. Father and ex-son-in-law strategize. Deacon pours Liam a glass of bourbon as they settle into a private corner booth. I'm not trying to meddle, Deacon starts, but I see the way you look at Hope. And I see how lost she is without you, even if she doesn't say it. Liam exhales slowly. I don't know. I hurt her, Deacon. I doubted her love, didn't fight hard enough. Then Thomas happened. It's just so complicated now. Deacon leans forward. But you were her anchor once. You still could be. Don't let pride or fear stop you from trying. Liam considers that. What if she's really moved on? Deacon smirks. Then you'll know you did everything you could. But if she hasn't, don't you want to find out? Scene 5. Hope's cabin. A familiar knock. That evening, Hope is brushing Beth's hair when there's a knock at the door. She opens it, and there stands Liam, his hands nervously in his pockets. Hey. She blinks in surprise. Liam. Can we talk? They sit on the porch, the cool evening air wrapping around them like a memory. For a while, they say nothing. I saw Deacon today, Liam finally admits. Hope raises an eyebrow. So this was his idea? No. Well, kind of. But I wanted to come. I miss this. You. Us. Hope's eyes shimmer, but she steels herself. Liam, I'm not the same person anymore. I've changed. I know. But so have I. And maybe we owe it to ourselves, to Beth, to see if we can meet each other again as who we are now, not who we were. Hope looks away. I don't know if I'm ready. I'll wait, Liam whispers. As long as it takes. Scene 6. Steffi watches with suspicion. Across town, Steffi Forrester sits in her cliff house, sipping wine as Finn massages her shoulders. But her gaze is locked on her phone, where a paparazzi photo of Liam outside Hope's cabin has just hit the social blogs. Of course, she mutters. Deacon's been stirring the pot. Finn raises an eyebrow. What are you worried about? Steffi sighs. Hope and Liam together again could throw off the whole dynamic. Especially if Thomas comes back from Paris. Are you worried for Liam, or for Thomas? Steffi doesn't answer. But her silence speaks volumes. Scene 7. Paris. Thomas has second thoughts. Meanwhile, in Paris, Thomas Forrester stares out the window of a boutique design studio, pen in hand, but no sketches on the page. He hasn't been able to focus since he left. His phone buzzes with a text from Steffi, Liam's circling Hope again. You need to come back. He stares at the screen, conflicted. Part of him believes Hope deserves peace. Another part isn't ready to give her up without a fight. Scene 8. Hope draws boundaries. The next day, Hope meets Liam again, this time in the Forrester Gardens. She appreciates his honesty, and more than anything, his patience, but she draws a clear line. I appreciate what you said, and part of me will always love you. But I need space, Liam, not pressure. I need to find out who I am outside of the men in my life. Liam nods solemnly. Then that's what you'll get. Just know, I'm here. And I'm not giving up on us. Scene 9, Deacon's disappointment. Back at El Giardino, Deacon vents to Sheila, who listens more sympathetically than usual. I thought maybe I could help her get back to happiness, he says. Sheila gives a half smile. Sometimes the best help we can offer is stepping back. Deacon shakes his head. I just want her to be loved, completely. She deserves that. Maybe, Sheila murmurs, she'll find it on her own terms this time. Scene 10, Hope's new path begins. Later that night, Hope walks through her cabin, sketchpad in hand. She draws, not clothes, but visions of herself. Alone, happy, strong. As she finishes the last page, Beth tiptoes in with a blanket. Are you okay, Mommy? Hope scoops her into her arms. I am, sweetheart. I really think I am. For the first time in a long time, she believes it. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our BOLD and BAUTGIVEULUPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.